What's going on, guys? James Blonde here with MMOHuts.com. Really excited to finally get the opportunity to play Black Desert, one of our most anticipated games of 2015 and 2016 in this case. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys already know that Black Desert is developed by Pearl Abyss, published in the West by Dom, and recently they made the announcement, or confirmed it rather, that the game was going to launch early in 2016, but as a buy-to-play title instead of free-to-play, and have no subscription fees. So something along the lines of how Guild Wars 2 was before going free-to-play recently. Anyway, Black Desert is a highly detailed open-world action MMORPG with a broad range of game features, including impressive combat mechanics, as well as insane character customization. So much so that this video is only going to touch on just that. That way we don't really have to spend a whole lot of time checking that out in the first look. And in the first look, we can actually talk about the features in the gameplay itself. So with that said, there hasn't been an announcement date for beta just yet, but they did sneak an alpha in there, which is what you're seeing right here. So keep in mind this stuff may change before you get your hands on it, which is going to be soon enough. Alrighty, on to the insanely detailed character customization of Black Desert. So starting out, and I'll go over these a little bit more in my first look, you've got access to 5 classes, which are in fact gender-locked. You've got the Warrior, and you can already start to see the awesome textures used for the materials and the clothing with his shield and armor here. Next, you've got the Ranger, who definitely confirms the boob physics right off the bat. And I know what you guys are looking at. You guys are looking at this right down here. I really love it when MMOs give you a nice preview of how the classes perform in combat. It's really nice when you're trying to decide what class to play. Next up is the Sorceress, which automatically looks like a badass. I bet you can make some awesome takes on the Scarlet Witch from the new Avengers movie, or even Melisandre, the Red Woman from Game of Thrones. See the sort of inspiration that you can get from just the default characters. Good stuff. You could also do some really cool stuff with the Berserker here. Perhaps a, I don't know, buff version of the Geico Caveman. That's what comes to mind first. And finally, you have the Wizard, who already defaulted looks exactly like Gandalf. Not really much tweaking involved there. I guess you could make Magneto, seeing that it's the same actor. So seeing that it's Halloween, I figured let's make a zombie chick. I mean, why not? We'll use the Sorceress for that. I think that we can get this just about right. So once you've selected your class, you'll notice this sort of animation that kind of brings them into place, which is always, I mean, just looks great. You've got options for the Zodiac sign. You've got 12 of these to choose from. Now, this is probably something to do with certain NPCs that you react with, in that you get favor in being the same Zodiac or something like that. I'm not exactly sure just yet, and I'll look into that and tell you guys in the first look. Here you can change the lighting to get a better view of your character in different lighting situations for both viewing angles, just to get a feel for how it looks in the game. And we'll want to switch to night, just, you know, because obviously we're making a zombie once we're finished here, but let's start with the character action and go a little bit more naked. Of course, here you can see several different outfits your character may wear over time, all of which look awesome. But for this, we're going to try and stick with the bare minimum and start from here, and then I guess we'll go ahead and go with the face options. I'm going to be jumping back and forth here, but as you can see, there's a couple of presets you can work with. There's more for the males, and the females, all of them here sort of look attractive, so it doesn't actually matter because we're going to go the zombie route. The skin, I guess we're going to want to go with like some weird shade of green, or a real pale like this almost. That's probably as green as we're going to get. All of the skin tones seem to be pretty natural. We're going to add some glaze here, which is like a sweat. We're going to make this zombie look a little oily, I guess. And next, I guess we'll go ahead and let's see here. We got a lot of options we're going to go through, and like I said, we're going to bounce back and forth. The tattoos, messing around with the tattoos, I think I noticed that we could do something here, and I like how you can zoom into the face. You can actually get your avatar to sort of look around at the cursor just a little bit, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Let's go with a blood mark like on her mouth here. So we're going to go with red. See, it already looks like a streak of blood, especially with the glaze on that. So we're going to move this down here. You've got your typical sliders on this portion. When we get to the face stuff, we'll have, yeah, it's starting to look good. We'll have a little bit more options of like tweaking that. But I do like the fact that you can actually rotate this a little bit to give it a different effect. Let's put some invert in there. That sort of blends it into the skin a little bit better. But we don't want it to look like that, so we're going to keep it that way. Let's get a little blood on the main top of her nose. Move it all the way down as far as we can. There we go. So that looks pretty cool. Looks like she bit into something that way. And it's really going to look cool when we start moving her mouth around. Look more like a zombie. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and add the wrinkles because, you know, she's rotting. So I suppose if you're not making a zombie, you can make an older lady in this case. You can do a lot with the wrinkles with the guys and get some cool effects that way. And with that being said, there's a lot of differences in the customization on the men and women, particularly in the hair options. So here I'm going to go with the makeup, and I'm not going to go with a direct black like this, but I do want it surrounding, so I'm going to go with the blue to give it more of a dead effect. I feel like I'm doing a makeup tutorial by saying this. And I don't want it to look like actual makeup. Hope we can go in here and sort of expand that. There we go. That's a little too dark, so I'm probably going to tone that down just a little bit. And this is going to give us sort of the basis for our dead person. We can adjust the eyebrows here. I think, actually, I'm going to go up and start on the face shape options first. Just because we got the general idea, I want to sort of form the face before I get the makeup just right. So with this tool, I can kind of pull this down and give her the evil eyebrow frown. Get her hair out of the way here. And go up with the eyebrows. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, we want the evil look. All zombies sort of look like they're mean and want to eat you. But I don't want to. I also want to have the dead face effect going on here, so I can click the symmetrical option and get things to. Now she looks like she's confused, so this'll sort of come along as we go. I'm gonna adjust her under and over bite by clicking this little option here. Give it a sort of a slant sideways. It's a little hard to adjust. You have to go up and down to sort of reset it, and then give her a snarl. That's starting to look cool. Yeah, that's starting to look like a zombie. The pull on her face a little bit. She's like, this kind of sucks. Let's just imagine. I imagine that's what she's saying right now. Okay, let's see. It's starting to get there. I wish we had options on the teeth. Let's see if we can do a little side shot on the nose. Now, of course, you can go in here and adjust the sliders like normal. And this is sort of what that does. You can do that if you're used to the sliders. The controller types and these little tools here are basically an advanced version of that. So you can go in there and they've got sections of the face that you can map. And it's just a better way of doing this than the sliders. Gives you a little bit more customization freedom, especially since you don't have to be symmetrical with it. Give her the sort of lazy eye look and one eye. So we have that thing going on here. Oh, no, don't want to go too far. Symmetrical. You got to make sure you click off of these, otherwise if you click symmetrical, it'll even things out. And you can undo stuff that you didn't mean to do. I'll show you in a second. I don't know. That's looking kind of cool. Nope, too narrow. Nope, don't want to make her smile. I don't know. I'm not digging the eyes. Let's see here. Ooh. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So let's reset that. So you can reset the part and undo. See, undoes everything, unfortunately. So we'll have to do that real quick again. But I wasn't really happy with what we were going with. So let's adjust the mouth again. Hopefully, as I do this, guys, you can kind of get an idea. The detail you can get into with the customization. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's see here. Let's pull this out here. Got to get that snarl look going. We'll get this right. By the end of it, it'll look like a legit zombie that should be in a game anyway. That's the cool part about this. A lot of people go in there and make celebrities. Like, I tried to make Thor just because you have to go with something. If you look at the characters, the default, you can kind of get an idea of where you can go with it. But honestly, the ones that make the celebrities and stuff, you can actually Google images about that. It's almost like, I feel like either they have more tools or they just went on intuition and said like, oh, okay, I see Brad Pitt in this, or I see, Mother of Dragons in this, and I can sort of make that. But it's really hard to make exactly what you want because you are limited to specific aspects. I mean, we're not changing little details here other than the positioning of the existing content, if you see what I mean. But it's far beyond what you typically find in an MMORPG. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so it's starting to come together a little bit here. You can turn some of these things, but I haven't quite found a purpose for twisting the skin. But then again, you can probably explore this with a lot more detail and figure out some really cool looks that way. I have seen some freaky looking monsters. I should probably challenge somebody to making the adult version of Honey Boo Boo Child in this game. That'd be awesome. If you can make that, totally share it with me. Okay, so this is looking a little bit better. Like I said, I wish I could do something with the teeth. And it's kind of interesting because you can go in, and I'll show you in a second, you can go in and sort of change the expression to get a different, their standby expression, so they're always look angry, they always look sad or whatever it may be, and that might help in this situation. You could probably make some really cool looking zombies that way. Alright, so that's going to work for now. Let's go ahead and look at other aspects, and then we'll come back and sort of morph that a little bit better. That's definitely not finished. Okay, so let's go back to blush. We're going to add a little bit more of that same color here. Bring that down a little bit so we can actually go with the height. So pull it right underneath there, and then now we're going to want to go with the area. So that brings in more dead look. That works perfect for the zombie effect. Let's see here. You can actually expand. Ooh, even better, even more. It's just a little bit too much, too powerful, too blue. There you go. That looks dead. Looks like a dead, like, I don't know, fish skin or something. It's with the glaze. So the eyebrows here are going to be a little tricky. We definitely want some eyebrows. The colors on the hair are a little tricky as well. When you're working with the guys and you look at the facial hair, the beard and stuff, some of the color changes in the lighting. So you really have to go back and switch the lighting if you're trying to go accurate. Just noticed something here I want to change. Pull this out a little bit more. A little bit better. It'll be cool here in a second. We'll go in there and change the eyes to more of a glazed over look. That'll really sell the look. Let's see here. Opacity. Make them sort of hazy. Start with that just to kind of bring things down. You see, sorry. And a cool thing is you can actually change individual eyes. So, you know, if you really want to have one creepy eye and one not creepy eye, then, or less creepy eye in this case. That's probably what we'll do here. So we'll kind of make them hazy. That effect looks cool right there. Let's go with the pupil. Bring the opacity up in just the one eye. And then maybe, let's do, yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's good for now. That gives it more of the zombie effect. Make this sort of droopy looking just because you got one droopy eye. I don't know. I'm picturing a zombie in my mind. So that's how it works. That's how my creative mind works. Have her look up and down. All right, let's see here. What do we have here? So we take a look at the standby expression now. So this is what she looks like when she's small. She's so cute, and her teeth are gross. That looks like she's been eating on something. Okay, that's creeping me out. Nightmares, anyone? Yeah, no. Let's go here and look at the. Yeah, there we go. And check it out. She's got the eye twitch. Ooh. See, that's pretty cool. I wish you could get the, I wish you could customize the teeth, but she already has some nasty looking teeth anyway, in certain expressions, except for the, you know, the pearly white part. Okay, so her resting zombie face is pretty good as well. Let's see here. Let's go with, okay, so there's more options there we can actually work with, but, you know, I don't want to spend all day on this. Let's go back and mess with the hair now. So, got a lot of hair options. That looks pretty cool for a zombie. I'm liking that, but we've got a couple of other options here. That's a really cool hairstyle. I like how it covers half of it. We want to show off our work. That's pretty accurate. There we go. Yeah, we want the emo look. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and shorten the length on some of these. We have the same sort of controls. You can go in here and twist the hair and pull the hair. But at first I want to just adjust the length on each side. It looks like it's a little bit less full, like a lot of her hair is dead. In this case. Now you don't get this option with the guys. So the guys, you don't have the hair pulling and twisting and conversion options that you do. Here you have a little bit of curl, and I'm not really a fan of the curl mechanic. I like that it's there, but it can really, unless you just slightly do it, it can really kind of ruin a look. Let's see here. Okay, so now we can go in here and sort of pull the hair back. I'm going to lift this up a little bit so one side is a little bit less long than the other. Bring this into the side. Oh, she looks terrible from the side here too. So her hair looks like it's not done. And then we're gonna add the dead hair look in there as well. So that's kind of cool looking. See, I added just enough curl to where it looks like it's just, you know, she's walking around dead. That's perfect. Then we're gonna get to the body and make that look more zombie-like too. So let's go ahead and change the color of the hair. See, if you notice the silver look in the light, that's what I'm gonna try to go for on a normal. There's a lot of glaze on this one, which I like. Even though she's a zombie, she probably shouldn't have any glaze. It's not like she has product in her hair or something. The gray looks pretty cool. That looks a little bit, I mean, it looks awesome. That looks really cool, but I'm going to try to go for the black, and like you had black hair and then your hair's dying. That look right there. And then in the hair tips, which is like your highlights and stuff, you can go in here and add a little bit of the blue. Give it more of that, there you go. That's the same theme we've got going on with the dead eyes look. It's looking pretty cool. I wish I could make the tattoo a little bit darker, but I think in the lighting it's going to look even better. Go in here with the basic hair. That's like the roots, so we're going to keep that semi-dark. That looks pretty cool. This is obviously, you know, you can tweak this how you want to. Just trying to show you all of the options you have, or most of the options. There's so much. We can make this video like all day long, and I don't think you guys want to see that. So we're going to add some muscle definition here. We'll make her a buff zombie. We're actually going to do that just because her skin's rotting. So you can go in here and change the shape of the body, just like you can the face, individual portions. So yes, there is a boob slider, of course, and it's a lot more than just a boob slider in this case. You can manipulate that however you want to, virtually, I guess, you know, as much as you can. Of course, you have to be symmetrical on this, you know, so you can't do anything weird like that, but I'm just going to leave it at that. You can obviously see what you can do there. We're going to go ahead and give this zombie the biggest boobs possible. And everything else looks okay. Let's see if we can... yeah, we can't really change the butt very much, just in case you were wondering. So, boob slider, but no butt slider, unfortunately. Sorry, guys, for those of you who are in that, I guess. I don't know. All right, so there we go. Let's go ahead and put a tattoo here. This is going to give us the effect... See, that's kind of cool. It's got the scaly look, but that's not what I'm going to go for. Let's, that's also cool, but it looks, there we go. So this is going to give us the texture we want for our skin, which is going to be a lot better looking once we have some clothes on. So lighten that up, change it to that color we're looking at. It's still too dark. That's the color we want. Keep it the same theme. Luckily, we have the same color palette on these different sections. All right, here we go. Let's move this around. Bring it down a little bit. We actually want to cover her neck. That way her outfits sort of do that. It looks pretty cool right there. So, yeah, that's probably good. And then you can invert it a little bit, which looks like it's more on, yeah, like I said, on top of the skin. And when you zoom in, it definitely matches with the rest of her face, especially when you go back and you put some of her regular outfits on there. But it looks cool like this as well. I doubt you're ever going to run around too much naked. You can go in here and edit pose. I don't really like this because it's not real. It's kind of meticulous, so you can mess with that if you want to. But that gives you sort of an option to show off your character if you want to. Okay, so wait. Let's see here. Before I do that, let's go back in the face. I'm going to just manipulate a little bit more now that we got everything going, because I can see my vision a little bit better. Bring this down. There we go. That's what it needed. Okay, now we have some sort of exorcist zombie thing going on here. That's going to help out a lot. Let's bring this in a little bit more. And that's the best way to do this, is to sort of get the idea going and then manipulate it from there. Like after you've started implementing some of the features. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of cool, especially from this angle. That's too much. Let's bring that back. I don't know. The dead eye looks cool, but I don't know. It's, oh, there we go, the snarl. That's it right there. A little bit more snarl to it. Nice. No, it's too much. Yeah, a little bit too much smile. That looks good. So to give you an idea, guys, I mean, you can really go in here and make something that you want to make. Talk about complete customization. That's pretty awesome right there. All right, cool. Yeah, definitely with the hair. So let's go back and check out the lighting effects. Actually, let's put the clothes back on to see what that looks like. So even in here, holy crap, that looks crazy. She's got some like huge boobs. Okay, yeah. But anyway, that's what your character is gonna look like running around as a zombie in Black Desert. I'm totally gonna do this. And yeah, let's check out the lighting real fast. I have a feeling the night will look a lot better. That's pretty cool. Brought out the blue. There we go. I like that. And now we can go in here and do positions, which are interesting, especially when she laughs or smiles. Let's take a look here. That's what we have. We get that. Yeah. Oh, ooh, yeah, don't smile. That doesn't help you out any. That's awesome. Let's do some stretching. Ugh, sweaty underarms. Yuck. That is pretty cool, though. Too bad there isn't like a zombie pose that would work out perfect. That doesn't work too good. There we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, that's badass. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, there you go, guys. There's your basic zombie tutorial, so to speak, and just a little bit of what you can do in the character customization in Black Desert. As you can tell, you can go pretty crazy with this, but also keep a lookout for my first look coming to you guys really soon, and check the link in the description below to our forum Black Desert Alpha Key giveaway, where you guys can raffle to win a key, and also check out some of the other characters made by our writing staff at MMOHuts. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.